Former President Trump found guilty on 34 felony counts in New York City late today. Rachel Scott, who covers Capitol Hill, who covers the race for president, getting first reaction here on the Republican side. I understand Speaker Johnson has reacted in addition to others.
Yes, David, this reaction from the Republican Party is coming in very quickly. The Speaker of the House issuing a statement calling today a shameful day in American history, calling this purely a political exercise, not a legal one. We're also hearing from several Republican senators, Senator Marco Rubio calling this a complete travesty, Senator John Cornyn calling this verdict a disgrace. Even Trump's former rivals who ran against him in the Republican primary, including Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, calling this all political, saying this was an
Rachel,
effort
stand
to
by
get
because
Trump.
we're watching these live pictures of the former president entering the SUV there in the foreground of your screen. Sorry to interrupt, but let's just watch this scene as it plays out. We'll come back to you for Republican reaction. We also have reaction coming in from members of the Trump family. We know inside that courtroom today, Eric Trump, Donald Trump's son, throughout the course of this trial, he has been there, not necessarily every day, but has often been there. We have seen Don Jr., we've seen Tiffany Trump. Notably absent from the trial itself, Melania Trump and Ivanka Trump. John Santucci, who is watching this picture right along with us here, an extraordinary sight, and you're hearing reaction from the Trump family, in particular Don Jr.?
Yeah, Donald Trump Jr. being one of the first family members to react to this, David, telling ABC News that, Democrats got what they wanted here. Of course, they have hyped on the fact that New York is a state run by Democrats. Of course, as we know, you mentioned earlier in your conversation with Dan Abrams that, of course, Donald Trump is no longer a New York resident. All of Donald Trump's children, his 3 adult children in particular, who all lived in Manhattan at one point, now reside, of course, in Florida with their father. And Donald Trump Jr., David, telling me that same sentiment that his father echoed in front of the cameras on the 15th floor of that Manhattan courthouse, that voters will now weigh in. Voters will decide this election in November, and that will be the real result and outcome that they will, of course, will look forward towards.